Hello everyone. So this is the fourth lecture in Unit 3, and in this lecture I'll discuss about the braking operation of separately excited DC motor and its expression. Then I'll discuss about chopper fed DC motor control. So first I'll take only dynamic braking mode of operation of separately excited DC motor. So in separately excited DC motor we are having one armature circuit which is having armature resistance RA, armature inductance LA, and there will be back EMF if the machine is rotating, which is proportional to the flux and speed. In a separately excited motor, the flux is constant because VF we are keeping it constant, so field current will be constant. So flux generated by this field winding will be a constant value. So back EMF is proportional to the speed. Okay. So whenever this chopper is turned on, so once this is connected through some gate pulse, so in that case, whatever energy stored in in the form of back EMF, which is coming from the speed of the motor, so that energy will circulate, or the current will circulate through this path, and this inductance will store energy in that period of time. Okay, so the current IA will increase linearly. Whenever inductor is getting charged, the current will increase linearly. Okay, so this is the so this current I is increasing from I minimum to I maximum whenever this chopper is turned on. Okay, if we turn off this chopper, so this current actually will flow through this diode and to this braking resistor. Okay, so path will be like this. So whatever energy is stored in the inductor and the energy stored in back EMF, so they both will dissipate in a diode, and most of the part of the energy will dissipate in this braking resistance, and some of the energy will also dissipate in this armature resistance. Okay, so the speed of the motor will reduce. Okay, so this is the dynamic braking operation. So in dynamic braking we are having negative current and positive voltage, armature voltage. So we are operating actually in quadrant 2. Okay, so if we derive some expression for this, so the energy consumed by braking resistor during a cycle of chopper operation can be expressed as, so energy is, so the part dissipated in this will be Ia square times RB, and whenever this chopper is off, then only the energy will dissipate in this resistor. Okay, whenever this chopper is on, this diode will be in reverse bias condition, and this will be open circuited. Okay, so this resistor will not be connected in the circuit. So I square RB times T minus T on. Okay, only for this period of time the braking resistor is connected in the circuit. Okay, if you want to calculate average power consumed by RB, we have to divide by total time period. So whatever energy we are getting divided by time will give us the average power dissipated in this braking resistor. Okay, so divide this expression by total time period. So we are getting I square RB T upon T1 minus T on upon T. T on upon T we can define as dt cycle, that is represented with delta. Okay, so average power dissipated in this braking resistor we are getting Ia square RB 1 minus delta. Okay, so from this expression you can see that effective resistance value is actually RB times 1 minus delta. So this RB is replaced with RB times 1 minus delta. Okay, so that means the effective value of resistance we can control by duty cycle. Okay, by turning on and off, by varying the duty cycle we can vary this resistance value. So effective value of this resistance value is controlled with the help of duty cycle of this. Okay, so one way is to control manually with the help of rheostat, but that is not feasible in most of the cases. So we have to use automatic control with the help of duty cycle. So effective value of the resistance is controlled with the help of duty cycle. Okay. So effective value of the resistance is Rb times 1 minus delta. So Rb we can vary from 0 to, so effective value of resistance we can vary from 0 to Rb. If delta is 0, duty cycle is 0, we are having Rb prime is equal to Rb. If delta is equal to 1, we are getting effective value to be 0. Okay. Now there is a problem. At 230 volt, 960 rpm and 200 ampere separately excited DC motor has an armature resistance of 0.02 ohm. The motor is fed from a chopper. It is operated in dynamic braking mode with braking resistance of 2 ohm. Okay. We have to calculate duty ratio of chopper for a motor speed of 600 rpm and braking torque of twice the rated value. Okay. That means current is actually doubled because flux is kept constant. So to double the torque, we have to double the armature current. What will be the motor speed for a duty ratio of 0.6 and motor torque equal to twice its rated torque? Okay. So in first part, you have to calculate the duty ratio. So first we have to calculate what will be the back EMF at 600 rpm. Okay. So at 960 rpm, the voltage is 230 volt. So you can see the back, what is the back EMF for 230 volt armature voltage. So back EMF is V minus I into R. So armature current is 200, resistance is 0.02. So back EMF at rated value, it is coming to be 226 volt. Okay. So at rated value, back EMF is 226. So at 600 rpm, what will be the back EMF? So simply you can write that at 960 rpm we are having back EMF of 226. Then at 600 rpm what will be the back EMF? So that value will be 141.25 volt. Okay. Now to calculate what will be the effective value of the resistance, so that will be Rb times 1 minus delta, and that will be equal to, so from previous circuit you can see, so from this circuit you can see, so this E will be equal to, so so this value will comes to be E minus IaRa times this. Okay, so E upon Ia minus Ra, that will be the effective value of the resistance. So substitute the back EMF value, that is 141.25. Armature current is you have to take double because we are the problem says that braking torque of twice the rated value. So armature current we have to make twice. So 200 rpm is the rated value. So to make torque twice, you have to make the armature current twice. So that will be 400. So 141.25 upon 400 minus 0.02. Substitute and you will find what will be the duty cycle. So that is coming to be 0.83 or 83%. In second part, what will be the motor speed for a duty ratio of 0.6 and motor torque equal to twice of its rated torque. Okay. So this will be the reverse part. Here duty cycle is given and motor speed is to be calculated. So for that you have to first calculate what will be the back EMF. Once back EMF is known, you can find the speed. So again using the same expression as we used here. So E will be equal to 1 minus delta Rb plus Ra times Ia. So substitute this duty cycle 0.6. We are getting back EMF to be 328 volt. Okay. So again you can find the speed at rated speed. The back EMF was 226. So at 960 rpm, the back EMF was 226. So at 328 volt, what will be the speed? Okay. So you can find 141.25 volt. The basic machine equations, characteristics and analysis during speed control of DC shunt motor is similar to separately excited DC motor, except the circuit diagram of the motor. Okay, whatever discussion we have made for separately excited motor, that will be also valid for DC shunt motors. Okay. Now I'll take DC series motor. So there is one difference, that in separately excited motor, the field winding was separate and it was separately excited with the DC source. But in series motor, the field winding will be in series with the armature winding. Okay, so that means whatever armature current in the armature winding, the same current will flow to the field winding as well. So flux is dependent on the armature current. Okay, so if we consider flux, we consider the linear region. We are not considering the saturation region. So in linear region, flux, you can see flux is proportional to armature current, or flux is equal to some constant times Ia. Okay, so torque equation, if you remember, that it was Ka times phi into Ia. Now substitute the value of flux, that is C into Ia. So Ka Cia into Ia. So that is coming to be Ka Cia square. Therefore, so basic speed torque equation is V upon speed is equal to V upon K phi minus Ra upon K phi square times torque. In terms of armature resistance, the equation is speed equation is this. So if you substitute the flux value in these equations, we are getting these equations for the series motors. Okay. Now, if I discuss about the motoring operation of DC series motor, so like in the DC shunt motor, we are having one control switch that is placed in series with the supply, and one freewheeling diode that is connected in parallel with the series winding and field winding. Here you can see that the series winding is connected in series with the armature winding. Okay, so here one important thing is that SE1 and SE2, these terminals are important. So we are connecting armature terminal A1 with series terminal 2, and another terminal is connected this side. Okay, so armature winding, armature current is equal to series current, and that will be flowing here. Okay, so whenever this switch is turned on, so supply is directly connected to this motor. Whenever this switch is turned off, the energy will freewheel through this freewheeling diode. Okay, and speed torque characteristics, if you draw, you will find something like this. So if you increase the delta value, that is duty cycle, most of the time the supply will be connected to the winding, so they will get energized. So speed torque characteristics are shifted upward. Okay, so this is the first quadrant where torque and speed both are positive. So this will be the motoring operation. In braking operation, the reversal of the current to be made. Okay, how to make the reversal of the current, that I will discuss in the next slides. So if you increase the delta, in that case the characteristic also will shift like this. Okay, so I'll discuss braking operation. So in braking operation, what you do, control switch you have to place here. Just see here, control switch we are if I discuss about the dynamic braking, you can see here in dynamic braking we have to connect one dynamic braking resistor. Okay, and we are placing diode this side. Okay, important thing is you have to now connect SE1 to A1. Okay, in previous diagram if you see, SE2 was connected with A1, but for braking operation this A1 must be connected with SE1. Okay, so this is important. So armature current is entering in SE1 terminal and it is coming out from SE2 terminal. Okay, so this is regenerative braking mode circuit and this is dynamic braking circuit. Okay, so in this whatever energy in the form of back EMF and stored energy in the inductances, that will be supplied to the, that will be fed back to the source. Okay, so in a dynamic braking mode, actually we are connecting one dynamic resistor that will dissipate whatever energy stored in this. Okay, So if we write the basic equations for DC series motor, again this is to be delta V plus IA RA upon K. That means if we increase delta, speed will get increased, that I shown in the previous slides. Okay, so here the operation is similar, but the winding connection, that is armature 1 terminal must be connected with SE1 and SE2 terminal is connected here whenever this switch is turned on. Okay, so this diode will be open circuited, and whatever energy stored in the form of back EMF will supply energy to the inductances. Okay, and they will store energy. When once this switch is turned off, the energy stored in the inductance and energy stored in the form of back EMF, they both will goes to the source through this diode. Okay, so this will be the regenerative braking mode, because whatever energy is there, we are utilizing it. In dynamic braking resistance, whatever energy stored in these two will be dissipated in this braking resistance. Some energy will be dissipated in this braking resistance, some energy will dissipate in this diode, and some energy will dissipate in this armature circuit resistance. Okay, now again there is a problem, and there is a DC series motor which is fed from 600 volt source through a chopper. The DC motor has the following parameters. So armature resistance is 0.04 ohm, field resistance is given 0.06 ohm, constant is given 4 into 10 power minus 3. The average armature current is given 300 ampere, and which is ripple free. For a chopper duty cycle of 60%, we have to determine what will be the input power drawn from the source, what will be the motor speed, and what will be the motor torque. Okay, so again the armature voltage can be found with delta times V. Okay, so duty cycle is 60%, voltage is given 600 volts, so 600 into 0.6, that will be 360 volts. Okay, so power will be armature voltage and armature current. So armature current is given 300 rpm, 300 amperes. Armature current is given 300 amperes, so 300 into 360, that will be 108 kilowatt. Okay, again for a DC series motor, then we have to find what will be the motor speed. Okay, so back EMF is given by constant K times flux into omega m. Again flux is proportional to armature current, so that will be given as K IA omega m. Now substitute all the value. K constant is given 4 into 10 power minus 3. Armature current is given 300 ampere times omega m. So armature voltage is back EMF voltage plus drop in the armature circuit and field circuit. Okay, so back EMF we can write from this, that is KIA omega m, drop in armature and series circuit resistance like this. Now substitute all these values. So armature voltage is duty cycle times the supply voltage, that is 0.6 into 600, and back EMF we calculated like this, and substitute all these values. The armature circuit resistance, field circuit resistance, they are given. Substituting, you will get omega m. In this expression only omega m is unknown, so we find 27.5 radian per second, or 2626 rpm. Now third part, you have to calculate what is motor torque. Okay, so motor torque is K times 5 into IA. Again flux is proportional to armature current, so K times IA square. K is given to be 4 into 10 power minus 3. IA square will be 300 square, so we are getting 360 Newton meter. Okay, so this is the end of the lecture. Now I'll take one more lecture in this this unit. Then unit 3 will be completed, and at the end of the unit I will give some assignment. Those who did not submitted assignment 2, they have to submit this assignment. Okay, thank you.